Greetings, estimators. My name is Andres Torres Cordero, and today I'm going to expose the question and the statement given by the text to in Colombian education. Actually, I'm in group 6 in Colombian education, and let's move on to the statement. So, according to the statement, particularly Spanish English bilingualism has been privileged. This is seen as providing access to a highly visible sociality sex form of bilingualism, leading to the possibility of employment in the global marketplace. In contrast, bilingualism in minority Amerindian or Creole languages have been generally undervalued and associated with an invisible form of bilingualism related to the underdevelopment, poverty, and backwardness. So according to this, and reading all the articles that you give me in the unit one, bilingualism it's the way of the people to speak two languages in a good way. It means that the people that speak English and speak Spanish have been access to socially education. It means that learn English with grammar, synthesis, use English with purpose. It means that the English is like a very formal, it's very formal. In contrast, Amerindian or Creole languages are seen as a root English for saying that because they don't use English in a correct way according to the grammar because they mix English with Creole or with other languages that sometimes is not very easy to understand. That mean that. In other hand, the people that speak Spanish and English, it's here in Colombia and even here in the Caribbean coast, uh, always start in private school. It's mean that give a lot of education for good education for training to have an equilibrium or to have a balance in that language. It doesn't mean that they can give the same information in English and Spanish and it will be easy for them. But also the linguists in minorities always has have been seen as people that have to reduce the accent or reduce the English to speak like others. It's, for example, our example it's Rihanna. Rihanna is from Barbados, where Barbados is a country right now where they speak Barbadian as a language, but it's a Creole language in English, but they mix the languages. So it's very common to see Rihanna when they speak when she speak that she speak very fast and mix the languages and sometimes it's really hard to understand. But when she moved to United States, she has to study English. She has to reduce the accent and she has um, to speak in a formal way. So it's that is the statement means because the people that are bilingualists in a society always study the languages and Creole. It's the place or Creole languages or with English are always speak the languages in a mix, but sometimes it's not common and always it's not good for the understanding for a global society. And then we move to the question is the question we can ask how far bilingual education programs for minority languages speaker in Colombia today are actively helping toward the creation of more understanding and more tolerant society and not only providing a way to better job of a higher standard of living for the graduates. Okay, this is a very interesting questions. In my case, that I have been studying English for 4 years, I can say that I am more tolerant right now because I can share experiences with people from many places, and I can get the information of the other cultures without saying bad things or a bad stereotype. Because when you learn English and English said international languages, there are many books where you can see many people. For example, the National Geographic books that are one of the books that I learned English. You can see in the pages many people from Asia, from Europe, from Africa, and the way that they can learn English and the way that they can learn little by little English. So I think you start to open your horizons far away Colombia, and you see that Colombia is not the only country, and other places have other cultures. And I think that's the most important thing when you learn a language is that you can be tolerant to situations or stereo and ideologies from over the world. And also the questions, yeah, English provide you or provide us a better jobs and a higher standard of living because you can be more I can say more important for the society if you can speak two languages or more. But yeah, but I think right now, when the people start to learn English, they can be more tolerant because they can explore and open the horizons according to the thematics and according to the new the work, you know. So thank you, dear tutor. If you have any recommendation, please let me know.